This year, we'll have video presentations from the graduating BASW and MSW cohorts and a class speaker representing the PhD cohort. These presentations will take place just prior to the awarding of degrees for their cohort. In addition, the faculty who will assist in the conferring of the BASW and MSW degrees today were elected by the graduating students for that honor. Will now begin the conferring of the degrees for the PhD program.
Hi, I'm Doctorial, and I am the Director of the PhD program in the School of Social Work. The doctorate in social welfare is the highest degree awarded by our profession. Our nationally and internationally recognized doctorate is a rigorous program that prepares students for leadership roles in social welfare research, scholarship, and teaching. Our doctoral graduates go on to distinguished careers at leading universities, research centers, and social welfare organizations. This year we have 12 candidates receiving doctoral degrees, 10 of whom are with us this evening. We are extraordinarily proud of all of them and welcome them as our future faculty colleagues. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce the doctoral graduate who has been selected by her peers to address this gathering. Elizabeth Sir, please come to the stage.
Greetings. In many ways, it is inevitable that I'm standing here today, graduating from the social welfare program. You see, I come of a family of do-gooders. I'm one of 8 adopted children in a transracial family, raised by 2 pacifist hippies who, between sponsoring refugees during the sanctuary movement of the 1980s and opening their home to countless foster children, in addition to being they adopted, managed to drag us from one protest to the next, stopping by raiding soup kitchens, thrift shops, and homeless shelters along the way. My do-gooder parents ran our family like a communist state, from each according to ability to each according to need. I can't tell you how many times my father said that to me when I complained that my burden was unfair, but it taught me how family should work. So I come from a family of do-gooders, but while I got my do-gooding start from these amazing people, the family that I've created along the way deserves as much credit for this accomplishment as they did. The family I created while I was a student at Howard University and through the work I did with children and adolescents in Washington, D.C., helped shape my passion for healing Black families, the passion that led me to pursue this doctoral degree. That said, it is the family that we created here at the University of Washington School of Social Work, the family we affectionately call the Village, that is directly responsible for me graduating today. I'm not going to claim that this has been an easy road. No one who knows me would believe a word of it anyway. The academic socialization process has been the hardest thing I've ever done, and it took a village to get me there. Obtaining a PhD is largely a solitary exercise, made so by a process that values individual accomplishment and success. Coming from a large family like mine, and having learned principles of shared accomplishment and success, I found this to be the most difficult thing to digest. Fortunately, I didn't have to. Over the years we have been here together, my amazing colleagues and friends and I have coalesced into a unit devoted to our shared success in this endeavor. We have broken bread together, dinners, lunches, summer feasts of grilled goat and spicy Kenyan delicacies. We have rowed boats together, hiked together, gambled together, and drank each other at the table. We have consoled each other, soothed each other's angers and frustrations, and have cheered each other on at each stage of accomplishment, personal or professional. We created study halls where we could do our individual work together, set goals together, and hold each other accountable. Even when we were not physically together, these study halls continued through Skype, email, and occasional telephone call. From each according to ability, to each according to need. By the definition I learned at my father's knee, we are a family. And so I ask members of the village to stand, not just the graduating members, but all of you, please. also stand together side by side in solidarity and celebrate what we have created as a collective. My friends, my family, my brothers and sisters in social justice, we came and dangled our feet on the edge of the world and talked of the good and true things we would do one day. That day is here. As you rejoin the world and accomplish your good and true things, remember to be strong, compassionate, humble, and wise. And remember that you belong to a village of people who love you. Congratulations.
We're now going to confer the degrees. David Walters, who is our incoming associate dean for research, and I will now assist the dean in conferring the degree Doctor of Philosophy and Social Welfare. The chair or a member of each candidate's doctoral committee will perform the pudding. The PhD program also offers a program of advanced training in prevention science, which is funded by the National Institute of Mental Health. Dr. Paula Narias, who is the director of the training program, will confer commemorative medallions on the prevention fellows who are graduating today. So if you would all. Okay, one at a time. Our first graduate is Joanne Lee. Institutions and the transition to adulthood and their impact on pathways to adulthood and adult criminal outcomes. Joanne's hood is presented by Professor Emiko Tajima, the chair of Supervisory Committee. Kimberly Hudson. The title of Kimberly's dissertation is Community Borderlands, Exploring Liminal and Contradictory Experiences of Belonging and Well-Being. Kimberly's hood is presented by Professor Tessa Evans Campbell, who is chair for Supervisory Committee. Our next graduate is Sarah Mounts. The title of this represented underserved, the experiences of LGBTQ youth in girls' detention facilities in New York State. Sarah's hood is presented by Professor Karina Walters, who is chair of her supervisory committee. Our next graduate is Aster Solomon Tekla. The title of Aster's dissertation is Where is Home? Interpreting Horn of Africa Youth Discourse and the Politics of Displaced Youth. Aster's hood is presented by Professor Gino Eisenberg, who is a member of the Supervisory Committee. Next we have Elizabeth Circo. The title of her dissertation is Leaves on Trees with Broken Branches and Analysis of Incest in Black America. Elizabeth's hood is presented by Professor Tessa Evans Campbell, who is chair of her supervisory committee. And Elizabeth is also a fellow in the Prevention Research Training Program. Our next graduate is Valerie Shapiro. The title of her dissertation is Community Coalitions, Resolving the Gap Between Research and Practice for the Prevention of Youth Mental, Emotional, and Behavioral Problems. Valerie's hood is presented by Professor David Hawkins, chair of her supervisory That is a fellow prevention research training program. Next, we have Carrie Moylan. The title of the dissertation is Sexual Assault Response Teams Exploring the Discursive Negotiation of Power, Conflict, and Legitimacy in Coordinated Social Delivery Models. Carrie's hood is presented by Professor Taryn Lindhorst, who is chair of the supervisory committee. Next we have Cindy Sousa. The title of her dissertation is Political Violence, Health and Resilience Among Individuals and Communities. Cindy Sousa is presented by Professor Todd Harrow, chair of her supervisory committee, assisted by Professor Taryn Lindhorst, who is also a member of her committee. And she is also a fellow in the Prevention Research Training Program. Next, we have Mark Williams. The title of this presentation is Partnership Status and the Health of LGBT Older Adults. Mark's going to be presented by Professor Nancy Moy-Queenan, chair of the supervisory committee. And now we have Karen Tabdina. Is a life coach perspective on the social determinants of multiracial health. Karen's hood is presented by Professor Amelia Gavin, a member of her supervisory committee.
Go Huskies! That's not in the official script, but there's something about this building that just pulled that out. Hello, I'm James DeLong, director